Hi, everybody. Let me know if y'all can hear me. See, we got a lot of action in the chat. Okay, awesome. Great. Looks like we got a lot of people in here, which is great. It's so great to see you all. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just give it a minute. I see there's a lot of you in here, which is awesome. Thank you so much. Y'all are so nice. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Looks like we got a lot of people in here, which is absolutely great. Great. If y'all want to just introduce yourselves, and then I'll introduce myself, and we'll get started. Let's see. I see Virginia. I see Ohio. I see we got some juniors in here. Brooklyn, New Jersey. Thank y'all. Memphis, Indiana, Delaware, Orlando, Maryland. Okay, y'all are coming in heavy. Yes. I can't even read them all, but I'm seeing y'all are all over the place, which is absolutely wonderful. All right. Okay. See some New York, North Carolina, New York City, Maryland, Florida, Ohio, Miami, more Maryland, Georgia, Florida, Ohio, Philadelphia, Houston. Awesome. So my name is Miss Morgan Offord. I am one of the admissions counselors at Spelman College. I'm also a Spelman alumna, class of 2019. So I'm very excited to talk to you all about Spelman and just to give you some information and just answer all your questions. I'm actually over the Northeast territory. So all of you Delaware and up, I am your admissions counselor. So you can definitely reach out to me with any questions that you all have. In terms of where I'm from originally, I'm from Olney, Maryland. So I see some Maryland in here. So if there's any Montgomery County, shout out to y'all. If not, that's perfectly fine. I rep Maryland regardless. So I'll just kind of give a brief overview and then we'll open the floor up for questions. So I know there's going to be a lot of questions. So it is just me tonight. So I'm going to definitely try my hardest to get through them as quickly as possible. I will drop my email frequently throughout the chat because everybody's talking so quickly. So it's probably going to disappear really fast. And I'm going to try my best to get to all the questions that I can. And we will just kind of go from there. So before we begin, I'll just drop my email right now so you all can see it. So a little bit about Spelman College. So Spelman College was founded on April 11th, 1881 by Sophia B. Packard and Harry E. Giles. Spelman is an all-women's liberal arts private HBCU. So just to dissect what that means a little bit, we are an all-women's institution, meaning we admit women. However, we are third of the Atlanta University Center. So we work very closely academically as well as socially with Morehouse and Clark Atlanta. We are a private institution, so there is no in-state, out-of-state tuition. Everybody pays the same thing across the board. We are liberal arts institutions. We take full pride in having holistic education. So no matter what your major is, you're most likely going to have to take class in every area of study. And that kind of gives you the beauty of combining where you want to combine. So if you want to do two completely different things in double major or double minor, we offer that to our students. Being that we're a liberal arts institution, our majors are a little bit more broad, and then we have several concentrations and umbrellas that kind of cater to what it is that you're interested in. So if y'all want to just drop in the chat real quickly what you're interested in, we can kind of get an idea about that. And then in terms of us being HBCU, we are the #1 HBCU. We've been the #1 HBCU for the past 13 years. We work very hard to maintain that standing. But with that being said, that does not mean that there is no diversity on our campus, as we have students come from over 42 different states and 18 different countries to make up the Spelman population. So with all of that, you can kind of just get a little gist. In terms of our admissions process, we don't have a we don't have GPA or test score requirements. We are test optional for this academic year, but we are still a holistic approach. So we look at everything as a whole. So that includes GPA, that includes extracurriculars in your past years throughout high school. We're looking at your rigor, we're looking at your essay, we're looking at your application, we're looking at your recommendation letter. So all of these things weigh into our admissions decision. So I see, okay, so we got a wide range. There's a lot of y'all. So we're going to do our best. So I see some history, nursing, bio, photography, women's studies, engineering, biology, psychology, pre-med, child law, social work, business, sociology, computer science, dentistry, pre-med, so more bio, math, architecture, journalism, sociology, business. Great. Y'all are all over the place, which is great. I'm happy to hear it. Criminal justice, creative writing, nursing. Awesome, awesome. So somebody had a question about sports. So we unfortunately do not offer sports at Spelman. We do have gone back and forth with intramurals, but at the moment we have put a halt on, of course, well, let me back up. In light of COVID, our campus is completely virtual this year, but in general, we typically don't offer sports. We do have a brand new gym that'll kind of be where students get active and engage in activities, but we do not unfortunately have competitive sports. Morehouse and Clark Atlanta do. So when Morehouse plays different institutions and things of that nature, Spelman students will wear Morehouse paraphernalia. So I had some more to say, but y'all have a lot of questions. So if y'all just want to start reeling in the questions, we can kind of gauge the conversation that way. So with that being said, we are not ranked anywhere in women's basketball. Let's see. Do you accept non-binary people? Absolutely. So the essentially what it is for Spelman, you have to identify as a woman. So if you identify as a woman, that's when you can apply to Spelman, and then we'll kind of look for other things to coincide with that decision. Do you think by 2021 campus visits will be allowed? I absolutely hope so. I am an advisor over the admissions office program. So I'm sorry, over the ambassador program. So I am very, very, very much hoping that we can get back on campus soon. How are the dorms? So our dorms are pretty much all same style. So community style bathrooms, washer, dryer, lounge, kitchen. Can you expand? Oh, sorry, y'all are typing so fast. Can you expand on application requirements? So we don't have GPA or test score requirements, but a completed application will be your high school transcript, your common application, your essay question, which is through the Common App. There is a $40 application fee. There are 2 letters of recommendation, and then a section for your extracurriculars. Test scores, again, are optional, so completely up to you. Our average GPA for this past year was going to be a 3.77. Greek life, we do offer Greek life on campus. We have all 4 sororities of Divine Nine. Our photography program is fairly new. So I don't have too many specifics, so I do encourage you to visit our website, so I'll drop that. And then you can go to the photography page and get some more information there about that specific program. We do take AP credits, typically going to be a 3 or higher, but the registrar actually decides that. We do offer merit-based scholarships. They are highly competitive, and the minimum GPA requirement for that is going to be a 3.8. Test score was a 1330, although test scores are optional this year. So tuition is going to range anywhere from around $44,000 to about $47,000. Kind of depends year to year because we are private. We do have a pre-law program. Again, we do have a Greek life. Are test scores required for merit-based scholarships? No. How is your business school? So we don't have different schools. Business for us would fall under the economics program, and you can take business classes at Morehouse or Clark Atlanta. Do we have an ROTC? Absolutely. Will you accept dual enrollment credits? So we'll accept them, but the registrar has a process that they go through to decide which ones will be accepted. Is there a student-run newspaper? We do have a newspaper on campus. What is the population at your campus? We have about 2,100 students, so we're fairly small. Can you take classes at Clark? Absolutely. It's not an honors college. We do have an honors program. The average accepted GPA, again, is going to be a 3.77. And then I keep getting questions about Greek life. So yes, we do have all 4 sororities, the Divine Nine, actively on our campus. Do you have AC? Yes, we have AC throughout campus. The scholarship requirements, again, are going to be a 3.8 weighted GPA and a 1330 SAT if you choose to submit your scores. Dorm life is a really big thing on our campus. Freshmen and sophomores are required to stay on campus their first 2 years. After that, it's kind of up to you, but we ride very hard for our freshman dorms. What are you looking for when you accept a potential student? So we want to see that you are challenging yourself within the classroom, but also dedicating yourself outside the classroom. So that goes into that holistic approach. So I will say now, because I'm sure somebody is curious, I will not be doing any on-site admissions or any interviews or anything of that nature. We don't do interviews at Spelman, but you would go through the official application process if you are interested in applying. Is there oh, I just lost my spot. Give me a second. You'll have a lot of questions, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I lost my spot. Is there application fee waiver? So unfortunately, Spelman does not award fee waivers, but if you are granted one from another organization, so like Common App, your high school, anywhere, you can apply that over to Spelman. So we do offer merit-based scholarships, and they are highly competitive. The minimums for those are going to be 3.8 weighted GPA, 1330 SAT, or 31 ACT. Drama, we do have a drama program. Their transfer student scholarships. So unfortunately, our scholarships in the admissions office are going to be for new first-time students. If you are a transfer student, you would be looking for external opportunities as well as contacting financial aid. The 3.7 is weighted. Do you have a traditional BSN program? So depending on the major, BSN as in nursing, I'm assuming what you're referring to. So we have a dual degree nursing program where you would do 3 years at Spelman and then 2 years at a partnering institution. Do we take dual enrollment credits? Yes. Do you take IB credits? Yes. You need a 5 or higher. I'm not sure. Oh, I think that's dual enrollment. So yes, we do. Can you tell me about criminal justice? So criminal justice is, again, sort of similar to business, where you would take your business courses take your criminal justice courses at Clark Atlanta, but you could still do that. What medical school is Spelman associated with? So we have certain partnerships, so I would definitely encourage you again to visit our website, but we don't have specific med schools that we're associated with. Veterinary programs, unfortunately, we do not have veterinary medicine. Freshmen cannot bring cars their first year. Again, business is going to be economics for us, and we do accept dual enrollment. Sociology, we don't have social work, we do have sociology. Do you accept college credits now? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but if you're talking about dual enrollment, yes. Again, we have 2,100 students. I loved Spelman. I had the time of my life. It went by really, really quick. But yes, I love Spelman so much. I definitely can't go. I'm trying to answer all of your questions, so I'm not going to go too in depth about my experience. But I'll just keep dropping my email. So if you guys have any questions there, you can definitely feel free to do that. I will. Give me a second. So here I'm going to drop a link if y'all want to register. If y'all want to register to Spelman, we can that way you can get on our mailing list and get more information that way. Please, I'm going to drop this link, and please feel free to go ahead and do that. What else we got? We do not offer animal science, unfortunately. do you recommend? So you can't apply until till the August of your senior year. So you wouldn't be able to apply as a junior unless you have already graduated. Branches of ROTC program, we have the Navy, Army, Air Force, and Marines, I believe. We do offer music. There are 3 freshman dorms that do not have air conditioning. They'll accept, you can only transfer up to 60 credits to Spelman. Yeah, so if you're exceeding that, then those won't all transfer over. GPA, again, is weighted. Pre-med is a very popular program. I don't know if sign language qualifies as a foreign language. We do offer sign language on campus. If you're an education major, you are required to take it. Student-to-teacher ratio is going to be about 11-1. So our dental program, we do have a pre-dentistry track. My overall experience, great. I loved it. Do you offer dance or theater? I believe it's dance and performing arts or something like that. But yes, we do offer dance as a major. Again, 3.7 is weighted. I lost my spot. I love that y'all have all these questions. Absolutely great. Wonderful. Give me a second. Trying to get back. So we don't have a football team. Business for us, again, is under economics, and we have a management organization minor. So clubs for out-of-state students, it's really what you're interested in. It's not based on in-state, out-of-state. It's really what you enjoy and, what you're interested in, what your passion is. I will say majority of our extracurricular activities have some sort of community service component track to it. So because there are a lot of questions, I'm going to stop repeating questions. I know there's new people coming in here every so often, but we're literally only 17 minutes in. So I know there's going to be a lot of questions. So I will encourage you to definitely be sure to go back and rewatch the live so you can get all that information. I'm not going to skip any questions, but if I have answered it already, I'm going to skip that one. That way we can get through them a little quicker. We accept pretty much all scholarships. We are through the Common App, not the HBCU Common App, just the regular. Social life, I mean, we are right next to Morehouse and Clark Atlanta, so all 3 schools are very social amongst each other. Meal plan is pretty standard. Everyone gets, I believe it's 3 meals a day and $200 in our restaurants that we have. No pets allowed. We don't have out-of-state tuition. Everybody pays the same thing. So I'm not sure what you mean by app development, but Spelman, you can definitely reach out to your admissions counselor and they can kind of help you with any questions that you have. Essay, we want to get to know you. We want to hear the great things about yourself. Out of state class again. Can you go undecided? Yes, you can. We do. Speech pathology is going to be through the health careers office. Surgeon program. So we have biology and a pre-med track. You probably wouldn't get into the surgeon route until post Spelman or through your internship opportunities. Okay. I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me a second. My alarm is going off. All right. Let's keep going. Does Spelman take into consideration rigor? Absolutely. Student-teacher ratio is going to be 11-1. Early action deadline is going to be November 15th. Homecoming, great experience, lots of fun. We do have documentary filmmaking. That's essentially what our film major is going to be. So the same application you submit for admissions, the same application for scholarships, and that 3.8 weighted GPA is going to be a minimum for scholarship consideration. Does not guarantee you scholarship, guarantees you consideration. So we don't accept people based on in-state, out-of-state. It's just kind of general across the board. So there's not a specific number of people from out of state that get accepted. Morehouse and Clark Atlanta do have sports teams. In terms of presidential scholarships, so you would need to meet those GPA requirements, and then the admissions team as a whole will decide who gets which scholarship. That's how that'll work. So there's not specific criteria for the presidential. We have Glee Club, and Morehouse College does have a band that Spelman students can be a part of. The essay portion is not required of the SAT. We look at the reading and math. I'm not familiar with the Be a King scholarship. Again, I'll drop the link if anybody wants to go ahead and register so you can get more information about Spelman. Please feel free to fill that out. Let's see. We do not offer a gynecology major. We do have study abroad. We do have a minor in computer science. We are not on campus this fall, so we are completely virtual. There is a Glee Club. We are test optional for this upcoming or this school year. The honors dorm, yes, we do have an honors dorm. The gym is brand new on our building, so I definitely encourage you to go ahead and get used to that. Application essays, okay. In terms of a sorority, that's all about discretion. So once you get to Spelman, you'll get more familiar with what our sororities require. We do not have a social work major. We are definitely taking into consideration COVID. I am not familiar with the National Society of Black Engineers. Communications would be under our English program. Typically, our students are not going to do sports at the other institutions. So again, there's a lot of the same questions coming through, so I'm going to encourage you to review the question or review the recording afterwards so I can get through as many as I can. Transfer requirements are going to be a 3.0, and you'll have to reapply as a transfer student. Study abroad, there's a wide range of options. So you can do anywhere from a week to a semester-long program, really up to you. Depending on your major. Tuition covers you going to class. There's also room and board as well as student fees. Volunteer and leadership experience, yes, that's taken into consideration. There is a pre-med track. Behavior analyst, that would probably fall under psychology. We are substance-free dorms, yes. Do you get an upperclassman to help you as a freshman? We do have a sister-to-sister program. You are welcome. You are so welcome. What is something the admissions committee looks for? We want to see great students, leaders. We do take that holistic approach. Again, we are test optional. Let me drop my email again so I can have it. How is the party scene? We're pretty active. I mean, it's Atlanta, so it's lots of fun. We do accept IB credits. Bonners, we only recommend you for Bonners, and the Bonners office will make the final decision. So definitely visit our website on that. Is there a pre-law track? Yes. The retention rate is going to be about, I think it's 91%. You offer first-gen scholarships, not specifically through our office, but I know there are first-gen scholarships available. Do you apply as a transfer student? We have a if you have an associate's degree, you would be a transfer student. Are there jobs for students on campus? Absolutely. I worked in the admissions office as a student. What is the career placement rate? So I'm not sure that the exact number for that. But you can definitely visit our website and get in contact to get that information. What sets Spelman apart? I mean, one, we're Spelman. But I think the fact that they incorporate the Black women charisma into our curriculum is going to be really important to help us stand out. Room and board prices is going to be around $14,000. Yes, we are test optional. The average class size is going to be about 20 to 25 students. How connected are Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark Atlanta? So we work more closely with Morehouse, but all three schools are very connected. Again, we don't have competitive sports. We have a living and learning center for our first-gen students. I'm not sure what the Gold Award scholarship is, but typically you can apply all scholarships to Spelman. Graduation rate is going to be about 76%. I don't know the percentage of students out of state. We don't really admit based on that. We admit just as a whole. Tuition without room and board is probably going to be, I think this year it's around $22,000 based on COVID, but it's usually around $26,000. Will Spelman accept someone who? So the SAT or ACT does not make or break your admission, but we will take into consideration if you do submit them. So if you are interested in signing up for a information session, you can definitely visit our website, and under the Visit Us tab, if y'all give me a second, I can probably pull that up and drop it in the chat. But that way you can sign up for an information session. What are some clubs and activities? We have a wide range. So there's plenty of opportunities to get involved. Should we submit test scores if they are below Spelman? So they're Spelman's averages. They are not requirements. So you don't necessarily have to have that to be admitted. So we do have band dancers. We do have a dance team and a cheer team. There's a question about debutantes, so that's going to be about what we have there. We do accept outside scholarships. Retention rate is going to be around 90 to 94%. We are test optional. Popular majors. Popular majors is going to be biology, psychology, political science, economics, English, and health science. So again, we take a holistic approach, so it's no set GPA that's going to make or break your admission. If you're a transfer student, you'll be required to stay 2 years at the college. So transfer students are not guaranteed housing, so that would not be a requirement for you if you're looking to transfer. Community service activities. We're community service-based institutions. We take full pride in our students engaging within the community. So we use the common application for our admissions, and that is it. They're an architecture program, so we have a dual degree engineering program where you would do 3 years at Spelman and 2 years at another a technological institution, typically Georgia Tech or NCAT. What do you do to get accepted? So apply and put your best foot forward. Are there single rooms there for freshmen? It's typically going to be you and a roommate, minus COVID, but then there are options for single rooms after freshman year. Transfer students are typically not going to stay on campus. Acceptance rate this past year was around 52%. It varies every year. You are automatically considered for scholarships if you meet those requirements. Do cheerleaders cheer for Morehouse? They only cheer for Morehouse, not Clark. You are welcome. You are welcome. Let me go ahead and pull up that tab for you all so you all can see it and schedule a visit if you would like. Give me a second. Here we go. All right. There's that. So if anybody wants to schedule a visit, please feel free to do so. We also will be hosting um, a open house, so that is coming up as well. So I definitely encourage you to register for that also. It's a great opportunity to get acclimated with what Spelman has to offer. Classes can be girls and boys as cross-registration is available. What made me want to go to Spelman, really doing my research and visiting Spelman just really solidified for me that I wanted to go to Spelman. I would love to get really deep into my experience, but there are a lot of questions. So I'm going to kind of save that till the end. So if you're still hanging around then, we can definitely chat. Is there internships? Absolutely. There are tons of internships opportunities. If you have an associate's degree due to dual enrollment, will you still be considered as a freshman? So no. If you have an associate's degree, you would then become a transfer student. Top majors again: biology, psychology, political science, economics, English, health science. So our scholarships are not based on major, they're based on overall merit. We do have a pre-pharmacy program. Thank you, thank you. Is it free to apply? There's a $40 application fee. Student-teacher ratio is going to be 11:1. I did study abroad. I went to Valparaiso, Chile for 2 weeks. It was a great experience. Probably won't go back, but it was a great experience. What will make my application stand out? Putting your best foot forward. I cannot stress that enough. We want to see every little thing that you've done added on there. No thing is too small. So I definitely encourage you to put everything on there. Can you reapply if you get denied for early action? So you wouldn't be able to reapply this admission cycle. You would have to wait till the next one. Do you offer education as a major? Absolutely. Do you have hospitality? So hospitality is not a specific major, but you could kind of get that interest depending on what it is, in hospitality you're interested in. Business management, again, that's under economics. Roommate life, it's really what you make of it, whether you decide to become friends or not with your roommate, it's completely up to you. You said overall merit for admissions, what's the required merit? So minimum GPA and test score requirements for scholarships are going to be a weighted 3.8 GPA, 1330 SAT, or 31 ACT. Again, we are test optional, so just keeping that in mind as well. You don't apply to the program, you're applying to the institution. How is the cat food? It's really, I'm a picky eater. The food they definitely have a wide variety, so you will be able to eat something. How many countries can you study abroad in as a Spelman student? So you can do as many as will allow your college career. Please keep in mind that those are student funded, so there are opportunities for scholarships, but the cost will still be on you unless it is part of your major. Do you know how long a recording will be up for people to review? I am not sure. So I would get in contact with the people for the HBCU night, so they can probably give you, I don't know if they're still in here, but they can probably give you a better idea for that. What if you get your associates in high school? So it is a case-by-case basis, but typically associate degrees would then qualify you as a transfer student. Communication is under English. We are an all-women's institution. We do have a dual degree nursing program. Abigail, let me know what state you're in, and I can let you know who your admissions counselor's email is. Everybody, if you have a specific a question you want to know who your admissions counselor is, I'm only over the Northeast. So if you're from the Northeast, definitely reach out to me. If not, then just let me know and I can get you in contact with your admissions counselor. Yes, again, to dual enrollment, the registrar goes through the official process for that. So Spelman is in the heart of Atlanta, so there's plenty of activities to get involved in. Do you all do in-state tuition for border states? There is no in-state, out-of-state tuition. Will you be test optional in 2023? We will most likely not be. Communications is not a specific major. We'll take up to 60 dual enrollment credits, 3 or higher for AP score. Okay, Florida is going to be Miss Christy Johnson. So C John 221 at Spelman. Actually, it might be Miss Nye. Give me a second. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, here we go. All right, so here is all the admissions counselors. So you can find who your counselor is. Florida, I believe, is Miss Nayati. I can double check. Hold on. Okay, no, Miss Christy Johnson is over Florida. Her email is cjohn221 at spelman.edu. There is an alumni association. Texas is going to be Miss Catherine Hamlin. So again, click that link so you guys can get access to that. Pennsylvania is me. Wisconsin, I believe. Let's see. Who is Wisconsin? I think that is Miss Gabrielle. Yes, so Miss Gabrielle Boyd is over Wisconsin. Terms of admissions, again, we're looking for a holistic approach. So you want to still see that you were striving high within your previous years. Can you apply as a junior in high school? So no, you would need to be a senior or have graduated. Why is the school named after Laura Spelman Rockefeller? So Laura Spelman, John D. Rockefeller is the man who gave money to Spelman to get it kind of started, and Laura Spelman is his wife. If you were interested, you could definitely major in business if you would like. Tennessee is also Miss Boyd. So again, please visit that link so you can get an idea of who your admissions counselor is. There is no acceptance rate for out of state. It is an overall acceptance rate of 52% across the board. Again, please feel free to register if you are interested in receiving more information about Spelman, getting on our mailing list. Please feel free to fill out that link I just dropped in the chat. I would encourage you definitely are welcome to reach out to me, but I would definitely encourage you to scroll up and revisit that link to get to meet your counselor, as they will be the ones reviewing your application. I am only over the Northeast, so that is Delaware and up. Again, here's my email address. Can you study abroad in Asia? I do believe we have programs there. We do not have a veterinary medicine major. How many applications do you receive a year? We receive around 9,000 applications. Which majors require you to study abroad? So it's going to be those majors like international studies, Spanish, French. Those are ones off the top of my head, but a major like that. Other majors are going to be more on the outside, and you can choose to study abroad. Nursing program is very popular. Pediatrician would be under biology. Again, we don't have specific majors. Do you accept students? I think I was supposed to say accept students that take a gap year. Yeah, so we do offer deferred. So if you decide to apply and you're not trying to go that year, you are able to defer. If you choose to wait a year to apply, that's also fine as well. Physical therapy, so not a specific major, that would probably be under bio or health science. So there are some options for accelerated tracks that will allow you to graduate early. It's average GPA based on students in high school or class. So I'm not sure what you mean by high school or class. Can you clarify, please? What was your major when I was at Spelman? I was a psychology major. We are test optional. You probably would be, if you're looking to be OBGYN, either biology or health science, and connecting with the health careers office. What signals admissions counselor that Spelman is not the fit applicant? So there's no one thing. It's not one thing. It's a holistic approach, and based on who you're competing with, who's in your class, what you're interested in, how your application looks. So all of those things are going to be really, really important when you are applying. Are there any relationships with dental schools? So you do have some pipeline programs, absolutely. So you can visit our website to get more information on that. You are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Top majors again: biology, psychology, political science, economics, English, and health science. For the ACT and scholarships, you would need a 31. Class rank. So the average GPA is based on the admitted class. So based on who gets admitted to Spelman, that is then where the average GPA comes from. As juniors, can we still be in contact with their counselor? Absolutely, you can still be in contact with your counselor. What score do you need for a? I read that one. Well, first you want to be applying for scholarships as a 10th grader, and just being on the lookout and getting different opportunities, because believe it or not, there are opportunities out there for you. And then you want to just be showing your interest, so really getting involved with Spelman. So again, let me drop the link for you are interested in getting more information. There is that link. And then my seniors. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Nope, that was not the link. Let me repost it. Hold on, y'all. So this is a day in your life. So I would definitely suggest that you register for that. My high school seniors, it's a great opportunity for y'all to get acclimated with what Spelman has to offer. This right here is going to be to register if you would like to receive more information from Spelman. Okay. So scholarships are only going to be for first-year students. So if you are a transfer student, you would not be eligible for a merit-based scholarship from our admissions office. Does minoring in Spanish count for study abroad? So I think Spanish minors do have to study abroad. We do not offer sports at Spelman. During NSO, there will be a bunch of sessions and seminars that you would have to complete prior to start of classes. The GPA requirement, we don't have a GPA requirement. Our average test score is going to be, average GPA is going to be a 3.77 weighted GPA. A t-shirt, I mean, I don't know. If you visit our bookstore website, you can order through there. At the moment, the bookstore is not open. So Etsy has some very cute paraphernalia. Like, is the average GPA to get accepted based on the student-specific high school or her graduating class? So, okay, so we have a GPA recalculation that we do in terms of GPAs, but the average GPA that we quote is based on the admitted student profile. So your GPA will be what you present your GPA to be, but that average profile is made up of numerous GPAs. We do accept less than 60 credits. Physician's assistant, depending on what you were trying to do, probably health science. Are outside scholarships accepted? Absolutely. Do you look at class ranking for high school? My class has over 900 kids. So we look at it. It's not a way, or it's not a yes or no determinant. Again, there are not admissions requirements. There is an average academic profile that looks like a 3.77 weighted GPA and 1182 SAT or 24 ACT. But again, we are test optional for the fall. Do dancers dance at Morehouse? So you do dance for the Morehouse team. There is no out-of-state tuition. There is a computer science major. It is a smaller program as there are a few people interested in it, but it's a great program. They do not dance for Clark. Do you suggest taking the subject test? We typically, I mean, you can submit the subject test, but they are not required. So as a dual enrollment student, if you are receiving an associate's degree, it gets a little tricky in terms of you being a first-time student. If you are just taking dual enrollment courses, that's fine. You would still be a first year. But if you receive your associate's degree, then things get a little different. Pre-med program, we do, yes. Do you guys have a law program? I saw online that they have law school for Morehouse, but not one. So it's not a law school. We have a pre-law track. Morehouse does not offer a law school, but both schools do offer a pre-law track. So I'm not sure. Can you be in a dorm as a transfer student with an AA? What do you mean? What do you mean? What is an AA? What type of engineering is there? So the dual degree engineering program, you would then research your technological school to see what engineering programs they offer. We do have a pre-med program, not a med school program. We do have pre-med. So you're applying to the college as a whole, not your desired major. There is a nursing program. There does having a medicine. So I'm not looking for any one particular thing. It's all these things put together. So I can't tell you one thing that we're looking for. Can you sign up for a day in your life if you're not a senior? So I feel like the lowest probably would be a junior. If not, I would wait till next year to sign up, but you can definitely get acquainted. So if you want to, you can definitely sign up. Nothing is going to stop you from signing up, but it is going to be more catered to the senior population. AP credits, you would need a 3 or higher for that. So you guys offer volleyball. We do have volleyball. It's not going to be a competitive sports, but we do have it for fun. Any certain essays needed to be completed during the application process. So the essay that is within the Common App. What is the typical freshman class size? So it's going to be around 575, so around 575 students. Is there a physical therapy program? Physical therapy for us would probably be under health science, and then you could get an internship in physical therapy. Okay, an associate degree. So again, if you're a transfer student, typically their housing is not guaranteed for transfer students. If you're a first-time student, you could really be housed anywhere. What is a day in your life? So day in your life is going to be, again, here's the link if anybody would like to register for more information. Let me drop the day in your life link again for you all. A day in your life is like our open house. So it's your opportunity to get acclimated with Spelman as much as you can. Does us attending virtual sessions help our chances of getting in? So interest is also very important. It's not a make or break sort of scenario, but it is definitely good to show that you are interested in Spelman. Are the dorms single due to COVID? So we're actually completely virtual. So there are no students staying on campus right now. Are there any co-ed classes, like when you take classes at Morehouse for business? So yeah, you can have men and women in your classes, absolutely. Guys have volleyball and sorority. So volleyball, we do offer volleyball for fun, but we don't have a volleyball team, and we do have all four sororities, Divine Nine. We have several of organizations that put on different events for students on campus. So you'll definitely have plenty of opportunities to get acquainted. In terms of pep rallies, that would probably be our closest thing to that would probably be Market Friday. Market Friday is an opportunity for on Fridays where everybody comes together and kind of has like this big social gathering thing that we do for fun. So it's like DJ playing, the Greeks are out, hanging out with your friends, great time. Juniors do have an event in February, so Junior Preview Day is specifically for our juniors. Popular majors again, biology, psychology, political science, economics, English, and health science. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are welcome. You're welcome. How many scholarships do you give out a year? So we only have about 100-ish scholarships to give out. So that can kind of give you an idea of a class of 575, how competitive they are. Yes, our dorms are cleaned on a weekly basis. Well, daily basis, really. What does life after Spelman look like? So that's what you make of it, whether you go to in the job field or the school route, completely up to you. But plenty of students go on to get jobs. Plenty of students go on to graduate school. So we don't have a business school. Again, business would fall under economics. Do you have to attend each session? You do not if you do not want to. Do class ranks matter? We take a look at them, but again, it's not a make or break. We do take dual enrollment. If you are accepted, it's possible you lose your scholarship. If you do something tremendous, it is very possible. What makes your college different from other HBCUs? I'm trying to narrow down on my decision. So Spelman itself, we are the #1 HBCU, but being that we're an all-women's institution, the Black woman charisma is kind of tied within the curriculum. So kind of teaching you how to be a Black woman outside of Spelman in these predominantly white spaces or heavy male spaces that women will probably be put into. Our class is close to campus. So our campus is fairly small, so you won't have trouble getting to classes there. We have a band on our campus. We do have a pre-law track. Marketing would probably fall under economics as well. I know Morehouse and Clark Atlanta have marketing courses. Is there a quota for each major? So no, there's not a specific number of students who can engage in that major. Requirements to pledge will vary based on the organization, but at Spelman, you are going to need a 3.0. Campus life, again, co-ed, very co-ed experience. You'll definitely feel, get a taste of everything, not just being an all-women's institution. You are welcome. We do have film. We do look at senior grades. We look at all 4 years. We just want to prepare you for the work environment and job findings, absolutely. There is a grace period. Of course, you want to always be on time, if not early. We say to be early is to be on time at Spelman. The pre-med is not a course, it's a track. There are different opportunities for you to get hands-on experience, of course. We do have all 4 sororities, the Divine Nine. We have several internship programs. Professors there are different ranges of professors. Some professors are more lenient, some are more harsh. It's really up to you. But they are all very supportive and very helpful. So we don't have schools. So we're too small to have separate schools. We're not a university, we're a college. So you would be an economics major and you could take business courses at Morehouse or Clark Atlanta. There is no out-of-state tuition. Everybody pays the same thing. We do accept IB credits. The requirements. So my name is Miss Morgan Offord again. The requirements for honors college will vary, but I believe for consideration, it's a 3.5 and a 1300. That's to get an invitation. You would still have to apply. Yes, health science majors are recommended to, if you are interested in nursing, we are going to recommend that you are a health science or psychology major. Would one bad grade hurt your chances of attending? So it's not necessarily one bad grade. I can't say yes or no. It really will vary based on your application, but just keeping that in mind that if you have a problem with your application that you feel like needs explaining, get ahead of that, not behind it. We have several merit-based scholarships, only about 100 of those. They are very competitive. We do Spelman itself. We have a management organization minor, but marketing classes would probably be taken at Morehouse or Clark Atlanta. Student to teacher ratio is going to be about 11-1. There will still be a Spellbound, whether it is in person or virtual has not been determined yet. There are men and women professors. Spelman does take dual enrollment. Nursing, again, you would be psychology or health science. What is the ACT score to get into the honors college? I am not 100% sure. I would have to check for you. We are test optional this year. What do you guys look for? So we want to get to know you. That's kind of our one opportunity to really get acquainted with who you are. So whatever you need to write about that's going to give us the best explanation of who you are is going to be important. So just a heads up, at the hour mark, I am going to take a short little break, probably like 5 to 7 minutes, just so I can get reacquainted because y'all have a lot of questions, which is awesome. But I want to make sure that I'm not getting super tired either. So we actually don't have tracks, so we would not be giving out scholarships for that. How much is it for the dorm? So room and board is going to be around $14,000. So that looks like that. Again, I'm going to drop if anybody would like to get on Spelman's, get more information about Spelman, please feel free to register there. We have a day in your life coming up in the coming weeks. So if you all would like to register for that, please feel free to do that as well. Questions are starting to slow down. No problem. Still here. We don't have a GPA or test score requirement. We have an overall GPA average that looks like a 3.7 weighted GPA. What is overall tuition cost? So room and board is around $14,000. Tuition and fees is going to be around this current year. I think it's 22, but it's usually around 26. So whatever those numbers are together, and I think fees are around $40,000. So probably somewhere close to around 50, between $45,000 and $50,000. Black women charisma, so how to carry yourself, how to be confident, how to love yourself, how to know how to exist as a Black woman in spaces where you may be the only one. A day in your life, we do encourage for seniors, just because every year information shifts. If you are not a senior and are interested, you're more than welcome to register, but just keeping in mind that it is catered to seniors. Freshmen cannot have their cars their first year. All majors have an opportunity to get an internship. It is really on you to do the research, but it is very possible, absolutely. Yes, we do prefer well-rounded students. That's a very great way to put it. Awesome. Does Spelman offer summer programs or classes to get ahead? We do have a few summer programs. Again, they are competitive. We do accept dual enrollment. How is your law program in comparison to other schools? So I don't know too much about the law program, so I don't want to give you any wrong information, but it is very popular, so plenty of our students engage in that. Yes, there's study abroad. Do you take AP? Yes, we do. You need a 3 or higher. A day in your life is going to be virtual this year. It's a week-long event, so there are several sessions along the week. If accepted to honors college, what is the minimum GPA requirement from year to year? So I believe to apply, it's going to be a 3.5 and a 1300. I'm not sure what you would need to maintain though. When on campus, how well is the networking? Amazing. So you definitely need to take advantage of that. You should put everything you've done in your application. That can only help you, not hurt you. The pre-med program is absolutely very popular. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a quick break just to recoup, drink some more water, and I will be back in like the next 5 to 7 minutes. You all are welcome to drop your questions here, and when we come back, I will definitely answer those for you, but we are going to take a quick little break, so I'm going to go ahead and block my camera so y'all know that I am on break. And I will drop it here. Please feel free to keep asking questions. All right, y'all. I'm back. I'm refreshed. Okay, so we got some more questions. Let's see. I heard that if Spelman doesn't offer the classes that students looking for, a student can take courses at another school. That is absolutely correct. So things like business, a lot of our students are interested in business. You can actually take business courses at Morehouse or Clark Atlanta. You would have to major at Spelman, but you can take those classes elsewhere. As a freshman, how did you get around without a car? So essentially, I mean, we're in the heart of Atlanta, so everything is pretty close in proximity. And the parking in Atlanta is terrible, like really, really bad. So Uber and things of that nature are going to be really popular. The registration was for the virtual college fair tonight. Do you have a link for senior walkthrough? So yeah, I'll go ahead and just send them again so you all can have them. The open house for our seniors, this is going to be the link for that. And then this is the link if anybody wants additional information about Spelman, if you want to get on Spelman's mailing list or anything of that nature. We do not have a basketball team. Morehouse College does. How is housing on campus set up? So freshmen, there are 4 freshman dorms. Each dorm has community-style bathrooms, washer, dryer, lounge, kitchen. There are some singles for sophomores, and then there is housing for juniors and seniors, but they are fairly limited. Professors are very accessible. They have office hours, as well as some of them will even give you their phone numbers. What is the GPA they're supposed to have? So we don't have a GPA or test score requirement. We have an average profile that looks like a 3.77 weighted GPA, 1182 SAT, or 24 ACT. Are there any engineering programs? So we do have a dual degree engineering program where you would do 3 years at Spelman and then 2 years at another institution. How is campus safety? So our campus is completely gated, so that's definitely a plus. And then as well as we have police officers on campus, so all of the security on campus are sworn police officers, so they can make arrests on our campus as well as 500 feet from our campus. We do offer pre-med and biology, yes. Our professors predominantly African American. So predominantly, yeah, I don't know the statistics personally, but they are probably mostly African American. We have a wide range of races, wide range of nationalities, wide range of genders. So you'll kind of get a taste of all types of professors. How many recommendations are required? 2. Great question. Do single dorm rooms have a shower included? So no, the bathrooms would still be community style. It's just your room would be a single. If you move to the junior and senior housing, there is showers and bathrooms in each apartment, if you will. There is a nursing program. It's a dual degree nursing program. We do 3 years at Spelman and 2 years at a partnering institution. Do y'all offer mass communication? So communications for us would fall under English. Again, we do have engineering programs. It will be a dual degree program where you would do 3 years at Spelman and 2 years at a partnering engineering school, usually Georgia Tech or NCAT. How does college look with COVID? So we are completely virtual this fall. We do have an education major. Where would those recommenders come from? Which grade rather? So it's not specific to the grade. It's really up to you and what you're comfortable with. But I will say you want to get somebody who can speak to you on a more personal level as opposed to somebody that's going to give you a generic letter. But it's going to be one from a teacher and one from a counselor. So sharing a dorm, is there an option to have a bathroom inside the room? There is not. For juniors and senior housing, it is apartment style. So you would share a bathroom that way, but typically the bathroom is going to be community style and not in the room. We offer several merit-based scholarships. There's about 100 of them awarded, so they are very competitive and very limited. GPA requirements for consideration for those are going to be a 3.8 weighted GPA, 1330 SAT, or a 31 ACT. We do have a pre-dentistry program. How is your engineering classes? So we don't offer engineering specifically. It's a dual degree program where you would do 3 years at Spelman and 2 years at a partnering school. We unfortunately do not have fashion. Being that we do not have competitive sports, we are not going to offer sports scholarships. Mental health is actually a minor, is actually a concentration under the psychology major. There is availability for counseling on our campus, absolutely. So internships are really based on you. So the department itself will kind of give you opportunities that you can engage in, but it is going to kind of be on you to pursue those internships. So it looks like we have some new souls in here, which is great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead again and just drop so you guys can get an idea if you are interested in getting on Spelman's mailing list. So getting more information about Spelman, want to know when Spelman is doing things, having different events, please feel free to register there. We also are having a day in your life in the next coming weeks. So I definitely encourage you as well to register for that, specifically for my seniors, but it's really just open. I am going to keep saying it because I really want y'all there. I really want to see y'all's faces. I really want to get to know y'all more. How are you guys academic advisors? Oh, how are your academic advisors when you get accepted into Spelman? So, your academic advisor is based on your major, and then you'll also have the dean of first years. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to be able to have conversations with them directly so that you can be on the proper track to graduate on time. Clinical psychology, we have clinical psychology courses, but psychology is going to be the overall major. My child is an early grad. She is here in Texas graduating with honors. Is there any specific things to be worried about regarding admissions? So I don't know if there's anything I can say to be worried about. But being that she is early, I would still be looking into that scholarship search and then doing what you need to do to put her best foot forward in that application. That's going to be important for sure. Do you offer pre-law criminal justice major? So pre-law is not a major, it's a track. And then criminal justice would most likely fall under our sociology department. And then they would take criminal justice courses over at Clark Atlanta. We do have a marching band. Morehouse has the House of Funk that Spelman students can be a part of. So tuition is covering your classes, of course. Room and board is going to be separate from tuition. So we do have a track, like an indoor track, but we don't have a track team, if that makes sense. Our high school graduate with associate's degree is rarely accepted. So it's not about them being rarely accepted. But again, if you have your associate's degree, you would qualify as a transfer student. Are there full ride scholarships? Absolutely, but they are very, very, very limited. So you want to definitely be putting your best foot forward there. A scholarship can be awarded in any deadline. So whether that's early or regular. I think that's supposed to say a nursing program. So we do have a nursing program. You would not apply. So if you're interested in the dual degree nursing program, when you get to Spelman, you would notify them of that. And then from there, they would make sure that you're prepared to then apply for the partnering nursing school. Like shot put. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what shot put and discuss is. We do offer a pre-law track, and it is a very popular program. I'm not sure if all of the chapters are active. That would definitely be a question for student life and engagement, but we do offer all 4 sororities on Divine Nine. Touched on nursing, counseling. There is counseling available to students, absolutely. Do you know where freshmen can live off campus? So freshmen are required to live on campus their first 2 years. You wouldn't move off campus to your junior year. We do not have basketball. You cannot have a car. Our students do have access to a gym. Our gym is brand new. It's not even 6 years old yet. My class is actually first class to use it. So there is a film major. I don't have too many specifics, so I would definitely encourage you, again, to visit our website and look at your department directly to get more information about that. I'm not sure the ranking on the law program. I just know it's a popular program. How about a student's interaction at UC? So we intertwine everywhere, socially as well as academically. We do work more closely with Morehouse, being that they're another single gender institution, but across the board, we hang out with each other all the time. There is an essay component within the Common App, and there are merit-based scholarships, yes. Do you have the link for scholarships? So it's under, if you guys give me a second, I can give you financial aid tab. All right, so here is that. There are not GPA or test score requirements. There is an average academic profile that looks like a 3.77 weighted GPA, 1182 SAT, or a 24 ACT. What year can you become an RA? Going to be after your first year. I don't know the specifics for that, but there is an official application process. Do you have anything interested in? So again, because we're liberal arts, our majors are going to be a little bit more broad. So if you're interested in anything medical, it's probably going to be in the biology, chemistry, health sciences area. So it's not going to be those specific medical programs that y'all are looking for, not going to be specific majors at Spelman. We are not offering tours, unfortunately. We do have study abroad. We do have all 4 sororities of the Divine Nine. If you're not on free and reduced lunch, there's another way to get a fee waiver for the application. So you would need to qualify, of course, but Spelman unfortunately does not award fee waivers, so you would need to get one from an outside organization. So whether that's Common App, College Board, your high school, so there are other opportunities for you to get a fee waiver and that you could then apply to Spelman. When do students need to apply for admission? So we have 3 major deadlines. The first being early decision. That's our binding contract. That means if you get accepted to Spelman, you are for sure coming to Spelman and withdrawing all your other college applications. November 15th is going to be early action, and then February 1st is going to be regular decision. So there is going to be a tour component. Well, we are shooting to have a tour component within the A Day in Your Life schedule. So just be on the lookout for that. So we have some new new faces. So again, I'll drop the A Day in Your Life link. I don't want anybody to not get the link. You can definitely feel free to scroll up as well, completely up to y'all, but I will drop it anyway. There is A Day in Your Life. And if you would like to get some more information about Spelman, feel free to register there. Why Spelman over Clark Atlanta? That's completely up to you. Based on what they're offering, based on what the environment is like, that's completely up to you. Do you recommend still submitting your test scores even though we don't have to? That is also up to you. That's what you feel. If you feel like it's going to help your application, please feel free to do so. If you do not, completely up to you. Are you guys looking at the SAT being that it is being pushed back? Okay, so again, we are test optional. Do you have higher chances of getting in if you select early decision on your application? So no deadline is better than the other. It's pretty much what fits you best and what works for you. That's going to be important. So unfortunately, merit-based scholarships in the admissions office are not going to be for transfer students. You are welcome, Kennedy. You're very, very welcome. Looks like we're slowing down on the questions. We got around 30 more minutes, 30-ish, something like that. I believe this will be posted later, so y'all can definitely share it with your friends, let them know how to access it if they have any questions about Spelman. We're not able to make it to the discussion. Well, since we're slowing down, how about y'all tell me about yourselves? Oh, you left, but you didn't talk about your experience. Can you do that now? Absolutely. So I, again, when I was in middle school, I knew I was going to Spelman. I was kind of, I don't know. I think I had a babysitter who went to Spelman and I adored her. So I was like, okay, I want to go to Spelman. And I didn't know why until I got to high school and really did my research. And one, the fact that Spelman was far from Maryland, so Atlanta was far from Maryland, was very important for me. And then in terms of the space, when I met Spelman women, that was definitely a community I wanted to be a part of. And then on top of that, when I got to Spelman's campus and was able to really feel the Spelman vibe, that was automatically something I wanted to be a part of. So I will say the sisterhood has definitely worked in my favor. I have made some tremendous friends I'm going to have for the rest of my life, as well as networking. So in terms of getting to know other alum in my area, as well as what I'm interested in, all of them have been very, very helpful in that. So I do not regret anything about going to Spelman. What is the annual payment after? Wait, what is the annual payment after a full school year at Spelman? I'm not sure what you mean, but in terms of tuition is going to be around this current year. It's around 22,000. Regularly, it's going to be around 26,000. Room and board is going to be around 14,000, and then fees are going to be around 4,000. Yes, you would need to submit the official college transcript if you're looking to transfer any dual enrollment courses. We do have a nursing major. I'm sorry, back up, rewind. We do not have a nursing major. We have a nursing program. So what that means is that we have it's a 5-year program. So you would do 3 years at Spelman and 2 years at a nursing school. So you would essentially graduate with 2 degrees. But you would not merge classes with Morehouse School of Medicine, though. I'm from Maryland. Also, how much is out of state? There is no out of state. Everybody pays the same thing because we're private. Can you transfer from another school? Yes. You would need to apply, but yes. There are several tutoring options. So anything to whatever you're struggling with, you would then reach out to the department and they would connect you with the proper tutor. If you don't submit test scores, what are the other requirements? So the average GPA for this previous year is going to be a 3.77. Spelman is going to be test optional. I'm happy to hear you are interested, Kennedy. Please feel free to register if you would like more information about Spelman. So typically associate degrees are going to be considered transfer students, and our scholarships are going to be for new first times. Yes, bio is one of our popular majors at Spelman. Yes, you can get more information about the nursing program online, definitely. So I'll drop this again so you can see it. So you visit our website for sure. What are the full paid scholarships? So our presidential as well as our DLR are going to be our full rides, but they again are fairly limited. When an alumni help writing your recommendation letter help your chances. So it's really somebody who can speak to you on a personal level, whether they're alum or they're not. You just want somebody who can speak to you as a student, who speak to you outside of the classroom, whatever aspect that they're writing the recommendation for. You need two, so one from a teacher, one from a counselor. You can submit up to 3, but I would not suggest you submit more than 3 as we will only read the first 3. We do have several fine arts majors. I'm happy to hear you are interested in Spelman. We do have a women's studies major. We have environmental science as a major. You're welcome. You're welcome. Since it is 3 years, you have to be a sophomore. Wait, since it's 3 years, you have to be a sophomore in college. What do you mean 3 years? Spelman is a 4-year institution. Are you looking mainly at grades for admissions or everything holistically? So we take a holistic approach. With her transition to Spelman, if we were new residents, would she be considered in-state, out-of-state? So we don't have in-state or out-of-state. Of course, if she's not from Georgia, she would not be from Georgia, but the tuition would stay the same across the board. So it doesn't matter where you're from. I heard from my teacher that Spelman requires a Zoomy profile for students that apply. I'm not sure what Zoomy is, so I'm going to say no. Since it's test optional, does submitting test scores affect scholarship opportunities? So the scholarship decisions are still going to be very competitive, and there's still a conversation on what that'll look like, but you do not have to submit a test score necessarily to be qualified for to qualify for a scholarship. Great, Casey. I'm glad to hear you are interested in HBCU. Do you guys have an architecture major? So that would be under our dual engineering program. So you would do, again, 3 years at Spelman, 2 years at a partnering engineering school. Are you waiving the application fee during this month? We are not, unfortunately. Does Spelman have forensic science majors? So we wouldn't forensic science, no, that's really specific. But depending on what type of area in forensic science you're interested in, you could still pick a major, and then forensics might be something that you concentrate in. How is Greek life? What other orgs you have? We have all 4 sororities and Divine Nine on campus. It's competitive, very competitive, but there is not a pressure to be Greek if you are not interested. As far as extracurricular activities go, we prefer that we hold leadership positions. So leadership is going to be important. We want to see that you are passionate about what you're involved in. So not that you're hopping to a bunch of different organizations, but you're doing what you enjoy, but leadership is going to be valued for sure. Does Spelman have a cosmetology major? So we do not have cosmetology. Does Spelman have fine arts majors? Absolutely. Since this year is virtual, students still paying room and board. So they are not paying room and board right now. So pre-law is not a major, pre-law is a track. So if you're interested in paralegal studies, then you might be a sociology or political science or English major on a pre-law track. Will Spelman continue the small business fair despite COVID? I'm actually not sure. It's a great question. I'm not 100% sure. Does Spelman reweigh GPAs based on the amount of AP classes you take? So we are looking at the rigor of your courses, and we do have a reevaluation GPA process that we go through just to put everybody on the same scale so GPAs are fair. We do have a psychology program, and we do have study abroad. So it looks like we have, again, some newbies in the group. So let me go ahead and so you all can get, if you are interested in getting more information about Spelman, getting on Spelman's mailing list, go ahead and fill that out. We also are holding a week-long set of events for an open house. So I would definitely suggest you register for that if you are a senior. So there's the link for that. Do you have to submit a mid-year report? mid-year report for your senior year, absolutely. I'm so happy to hear y'all are interested in Spelman. It's great, 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 great. So if y'all just want to, it seemed like the questions are definitely slowing down. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves and let me know about you, that would be great. I'll still be answering questions, but because they are slowing down a little bit, I would love to get to know who I'm talking to as well. I'm probably not going to say everybody's name because I definitely don't want to botch anybody's name, but I'm going to read them all. So please feel free to let me know who you are. I was a psychology major. I'm going to go ahead and get the list of majors so you all can see it. So here's where you can go to get all of the information on the majors that you're interested in. Junior, what is the required ACT score? So we don't have GPA or test score requirements. We have an average academic profile that looks like a 3.77 weighted GPA, 1182 SAT, and a 24 ACT. Is majoring in psychology worth the risk? I'm not sure what you mean by risk, but it's definitely challenging. I loved it. Definitely sets you up for all types of psychology depending on what it is you're interested in. So if you are interested and like to study the study of mind and behavior, please feel free to major in psychology. Tips, just be prepared to write. Put your best foot forward. It's going to be tough sometimes, but it definitely prepares you for a post-grad life. Oh, we got another Morgan in the house. I'm happy to hear that Spelman is your first choice. Is that Clarksburg High School in Maryland, or what state are you from, Morgan? Destiny, interested in attending Spelman. Great, great, great. I'm Taylor from California. Student life during COVID. So we are completely virtual, unfortunately. So I guess there really is no student life. Organizations are still doing what they're doing on their end. But in terms of on campus, real small, real small. How long were you in school though? So Spelman is a 4-year institution. I attended Spelman for all 4 years. Missouri. Oh, I visited Bard High School last year. Awesome. Nursing program, 3 years at Spelman, 2 years at a partnering institution. Are we waiving SAT scores? Absolutely. Yes, we are test optional this year. Morgan, I am also from Montgomery County. I'm from Albany. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I went to Sherwood High School. So if there is any other MoCo in the chat, hey y'all, I'm also from there as well. Okay, I see Deja from Charlotte. Health science, awesome. Jayla, I see you. No need to be nervous. Moving to Atlanta, great place, lots of fun. Definitely enjoy it. Hi, college counselor. I'm glad you were able to tune in. Our admissions reps doing virtual visits at this time. How would I contact to send an invite? So yes. So again, if you go to our website, you can get the information. Tennessee, I believe, is Miss Gabrielle Boyd. So I can actually drop her email real quick. I believe she covers Tennessee, so I would still encourage you to look at our website to double check. But you can reach out to her and she will let you know what her schedule looks like and if she can fit you in and all that sort of things. We are definitely very busy. We're working really, really hard to get to everywhere because we are not traveling. So please keep that in mind for her also. Oh, you recognize me. Great. Awesome. Let's see. Spelman is your top choice. Great. Got New Orleans in the house. Does biology program have a higher average GPA since it's one of the more popular majors? So again, you're applying to the institution, not to a specific major. So there's no separate GPAs based on each major. Um, Another top choice. We got some alum in here. Great. I visited Cheltenham too as well. Did a college fair there. We got a lot of OBGYNs. Okay, I see y'all trying to take care of the women. Veterinary medicine. Awesome, awesome. PhD. Yes, Parker, we love it. Spelman is my second choice if I stay in Georgia and get accepted. Okay, great. So what's your first choice? I would love to hear. What state is Spelman in? We are in Atlanta, Georgia. Do y'all super score? Absolutely. What sororities do you guys have? We have all 4 sororities of Divine Nine. So your major is really specific. Is it Yesira? I don't want to say it wrong. But in terms of you would just be a psychology major, and then you could do child psychology within that, or you could concentrate in mental health. No problem. I'm glad you can give you some guidance. Again, Greek life, we do have all 4 sororities of Divine Nine. Do you have to submit a portfolio if you have extra talent that you'd like to show? So I believe the art majors or photography, might be photography, that needs to submit a portfolio. Oh, I visited Central High School also. I grew up in a predominantly white space as well, so I completely get it. Okay, psychology, OBGYN. Does Spelman have a strong affiliation with Morehouse? My name is Abigail, by the way, and Spelman's my top choice. So yes, we work very closely with Morehouse and Clark Atlanta. Is there a partnership with Emory in regards to pre-med students? So there are some, I can't remember all the schools off the top of my head, but there are several partnerships based on these med school pipeline programs. We do have Delta Sigma Theta on campus. There is a special dorm for our honor students, their first year. We are test optional, so whether or not you submit your scores does not determine acceptance. I'm the vice president of Black Student Union at my high school, and we would want to know would I need to continue leading events, activities I normally host. So that's completely up to you. Again, still put it on your resume, but in terms of your events, that's completely up to you and how you plan to handle that. Nursing. How much time students typically spend on homework? That's also up to you. Hopefully you're spending a dedicated amount of time. How much time do students oh, I just read that, sorry. Favorite thing about Spelman, the sisterhood, of course. FAMU is my first choice, then Kennesaw, then Spelman. Oh my gosh, my sister goes to FAM. She's currently a sophomore there now. She didn't have any interest in Spelman, but whatever. Have you done any college fairs in Michigan? So I'm actually not the I'm not the admissions counselor for Michigan. That is Miss Gabrielle Boyd, so she would be the one visiting your area. There is not a track team, unfortunately. We do have cheer. So I definitely think that HBCUs prepare you, Spelman specifically prepares you how to be the double minority in predominantly white spaces, as that's majority of what is recruiting at Spelman. So just keeping that in mind. Business for us would fall under economics. So you would do, you'd be an economics major, could be a minor in management organization, and then take business classes at Morehouse or Clark Atlanta. My goal would be to open my own mental health counseling program. Awesome. Love it. Are bathrooms in honors dorm community style? Absolutely. Yes, they are. Okay, so we got a Spelman baby for me. Love it. So basically, there is an all-women's school. So it is an all-women's institution, yes. So women are the ones who receive degrees from Spelman, but there is the possibility of having co-ed courses, being that students can cross-register across campuses. It's not as common. Majority of the times your students will be all women, or I'm sorry, all your classmates will be women, but there is the possibility. We do not have softball. We don't have competitive sports, unfortunately. So our culture around school, absolutely. Any tips for handling community dorms? I mean, you all have to work it out, figure out what works for you. It's not like everybody's in the bathroom at one time where it's like super overwhelming or anything like that. So don't be frightened by the fact that it's community style bathrooms. I was a little worried too, but I promise it's not that bad. When does the applications for fall 2020 open and close? So applications are open now, so you can apply beginning August 1. Three major deadlines are going to be early decision November 1, early action November 15th, and then regular decision is going to be February 1. Do you apply to get a quad dorm? So when you complete your housing app, if you get accepted and complete your housing application, all of those preferences will be asked. So debate team, I believe we do have a debate team. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure if we don't have it, you're more than welcome to start it. What extracurriculars do you have or like yourself? So I was actually an ambassador, so I did a lot of touring of Spelman and things of that nature and working with the admissions office, but there's a wide range of organizations. I was also in NCNW, so there were different events that we held on campus. I was in the honors program. I was in the Psych-Hi Honor Society. I did a lot of things while I was at Spelman, so definitely finding what you're passionate about and engaging that way. So anything from where you're from to where you're going to post-grad life to pre-grad life, passion, interest, community service, all those things. There's going to be an organization for you, student government, so you'll find something to engage in. There are 4 freshman dorms to choose from, so I would encourage you to visit YouTube to get an idea of what those look like. Admissions counselor for Texas is going to be Miss Catherine Hamlin. So let me go back. I will drop the give me a second. Let me see. All right, so here is this. So again, you can figure out who your counselor is. Yes, there is psychology. Are you still in school? So I'm an admissions counselor now, so I have graduated from Spelman. When can you become an RA after your first year? Same thing. TAs are a little bit different. There's an official process for that. So again, we got some newbies in the chat. So here is the link if anybody's interested in getting more information about Spelman, getting on our mailing list. And then we are hosting our open house in the coming weeks of September. So I would definitely encourage you to register for that as well. So I dropped both of those links in the chat. Do high school grads with an associate degree live in upperclassmen dorms? So no. Typically, associates would make you then a transfer student. It's a case-by-case basis, of course, but typically transfer students are not guaranteed housing. Is it like a work study? So work study is an option. You would have to qualify for that, but we do have general college jobs as well. What activities are offered for students? There's a wide range of activities. Are there jobs on campus and internship opportunities? So yes, there are plenty of job opportunities on campus, again, general college and non-general college, but there are also outside of Spelman opportunities as well. Where are the majority of students from besides Georgia? New York, the DMV, Pennsylvania, Chicago, Texas. So we have a wide range. We're kind of all over the place. Is nursing an available major? So it's a dual degree nursing program. So you would do 3 years at Spelman, 2 years at a partner nursing school. We do take IB credits. You would need a 5 or higher. Other questions? So it looks like we have about 13-ish more minutes. So we can make the best out of our time there. Again, please let me know if y'all need me to drop any other links, if there's anything. That's kind of what we'll use the last few minutes for. So if y'all have any other links on the website that y'all need, just let me know and I can drop those down. Let's see. So you would need a 5 or higher in terms of a score for your IB credits for those tests. Junior architect. Okay, great. I love that y'all are interested in HBCUs. Great. There is a Spanish club. Majors outside. Do you know of any major outside scholarships to help with the cost? So UNCF is a great website. FastWeb is a great website. Scully is a great website. Greek letter organizations give out scholarships. Fast food restaurants give out scholarships. Natural hair care products give out scholarships. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to get some external scholarships as well. Are there any specific uniforms? No. We do have certain traditions at Spelman where a white dress is required, but there are no like regular day uniforms. We have several clubs on campus. I can't give you all of them, but we have a wide range of things to get involved in. What would freshmen normally do during freshman week before Corona? So NSO, or New Student Orientation, is an opportunity for students to get acclimated on campus. So pretty much engaging in different seminars and sessions and things of that nature to get adjusted. How would I be considered fall season for? So we don't have competitive sports, unfortunately. There is no dress code. There is no in-state or out-of-state consideration, so everybody pays the same thing. So in terms of IB credits, the requirements then would still stay the same. So I know we have some new people in here still. I love that we keep getting new people. So please make sure y'all scroll up, and I dropped a link if you are interested again in getting on our mailing list. That's going to be the register link that says HBCU night. And then if you are interested in our open house coming up in the next coming weeks, that is a day in your life. What is the weather in Atlanta? All over the place. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's rainy. It's very bipolar, but it's definitely hot. But we definitely get all 4 seasons, which is definitely great for me. At least I enjoy all 4 seasons. How do students go home on the week? Most students go home on the weekend? So that's completely up to you. If you're local, you might go home, but if you're far away, you might wait till you have those specific breaks. Would dual enrollment? So again, there's no out-of-state, in-state considerations. It's across the board the same thing. So dual enrollment is accepted. We do take AP courses, or I'm sorry, AP scores. So if you are taking an AP course, great. If you take the test and looking to transfer that over, you would need a 3 or higher. Some tests are 4 or higher, but majority of them are 3. So we don't have a GPA or test score requirement. The average GPA is going to be a 3.77 weighted GPA. How many students live off campus? I don't know the exact ratio, but freshmen and sophomores are required to live on campus. And then juniors and seniors are not. So ideally, there's 2,100 students. Splitting that in half, there's probably around 1,000 something on campus. Granted, there are limited housing for juniors and seniors. So maybe let's say, like, if I had to guess, I would say maybe around 1,000 students live off campus, and then around 1,200 live on campus, something like that. That might not, don't quote me on that, but it's probably something around there. other questions? We have about 7 more minutes. I'll drop our website again if y'all have any other things y'all want to check out. Good, I'm glad. I'm so happy to hear you're excited. I'm excited for you. So your admission counselor would be the person who's reviewing your application. So any questions you have in terms of what they're looking for would go directly to them. So if any questions you have just across the board at all, you would be reaching out to them. So I'm not sure where you're from, but based on that, that'll kind of give you an idea who to stay in contact with and also develop a relationship with. No problem. I'm happy to hear that you guys are really interested in Spelman. What tutoring programs do you guys have? We have several tutoring programs. So what would happen if you need any help? You would reach out to the department specifically, and then they would then connect you with a proper tutor to help you out. So Bonner is based on community service, so community service and need-based. So people who are students who are very passionate about community service, who are interested in giving back to the community, really value, maybe you start an organization, whatever that may be for you, those would be the students that qualify for that. Excuse me. So I myself in the admissions office, we can recommend students, but the Bonner office makes the final decision for that. It is need-based as well. So financial aid is then determined based on the need. Is it true that you receive Morehouse Brother when you enter Spelman? So there is a Morehouse Brother Spelman sister connection, absolutely. I feel like across the board when you make friends, you'll kind of refer to them as your Morehouse brother or your Spelman sister. It's just regular language around there. Thank you for having me. I'm glad y'all enjoyed this. We have about 5 more minutes, so I'll definitely stay on for the last 5 minutes if there are any other last minute questions. But I thank you all for being here. So I will, one more time, just go ahead and drop these registration links. This first link, if you want more information about Spelman, feel free to fill out that link. And then this other link will be if you are interested in attending our open house. I'm so glad you all enjoyed it. I'm so glad you all had me. Thank you. Again, anybody from the Northeast, please feel free to reach out to me with any questions that you all have. Are there certain scholarships that we should apply for? So externally, there are several of scholarships that you can apply for. That's kind of up to you to then do research, but I know UNCF has some great ones. Fast food restaurants, Fast Web, Scoli, natural hair care products, Greek letter organizations. So there are plenty of opportunities for you to be searching out external scholarships. Really utilize Google. Great resource. Even those small scholarships apply. The open house is virtual, yes. So a day in your life is going to be virtual. It's a week-long event of virtual opportunities. So I definitely encourage you all to register. I live in Philly. If I have any more questions, can I email you? Absolutely. Yes. I'm your admissions counselor, so please feel free to email me with any other questions. So my freshman year dorm did not have AC, unfortunately, but it was perfectly fine. It was a bonding moment. Me and my roommate, we got really close. It kind of encourages you to kind of be in the dorm with everybody and exist in that way because everybody's hot. But it's really not that bad. I think August and like May are probably the worst times because that's like when it's the peak in the summer. But it's really not terrible, I promise. A lot of students who stay in the AC dorms wish they stayed in the other dorms. So I can't give you any evaluative information. So in terms of a 2.9, just put into perspective what our average GPA looks like. If you feel like you're lacking in one area, you definitely want to be making up for it somewhere else. So don't let GPA be the determinant factor, but just keeping in mind that we do have that average and kind of go based on that and putting your best foot forward. How do you choose roommates at Spelman? So when you complete your housing application, they'll ask you if you have a preferred roommate. It is not guaranteed, of course, but you do have the ability to choose. I'm starting a small business. Would you recommend putting that in your application? You can, absolutely. Nothing can hurt you, only help you. How have you guys been handling the racial injustice? So in terms of Atlanta, I'm in Atlanta right now. So things have been very heavy within Atlanta. And being that we're virtual, we're just trying to encourage our students that we stand behind them, that we are here, that we hear them, that we are doing all we can on our end to make them feel comfortable. And that's the same thing when we're on campus. So it's a free space for students to vent, get open their hearts, talk, whatever they may need. So as staff members, we work really hard to make sure that our students feel comfortable. So performing arts in terms of theater, if that's what you're referring to, we do have I believe it's performing, it might be, I can't remember exactly what the technical name is, but we do have a performing arts program, yes. So we have about a minute left. So anything we can cover in the last minute. If there was like one more question, can answer that. I thank you all for having such great questions and staying here with me and helping the time go by quickly. I'm so glad you all were able to tune in and get to enjoy this session. Please, again, if you are in the Northeast and you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you are not in the Northeast, please feel free to reach out to your specific admissions counselor. But I thank you all for being here, and I hope you all were able to learn some great things about Spelman and considering Spelman for whether you're a senior, junior, freshman, sophomore, whatever. Please keep me in mind if you have any other questions. Okay, last question. What would I major in for veterinary assistant? So we don't have veterinary medicine, but you probably would still stay in the sciences area. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Please have a great night. And again, if anybody is in the Atlanta area, once this COVID lets up, we hope that you are able to visit our campus. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.